Alright, so let's talk about free will today. I could have, well, three things could happen. I was in a car, the axle was loose, and the wheel was going back and forth and could have fell off. So if God has free will, right? God knows what's going to happen, right? Okay, so if I didn't go to the mechanic and get the car fixed, well, I think three things could have happened. One, I could have died. Two, I could have gotten in the accident and maybe not died. Or three, maybe somebody was going to give me some help. This is why free will fails. You really have to think about that. Because free will, you know, if God knows the past, present, future, He knows already what's going to happen. But you are in control of your destiny. Because if I took the chance and went on the highway with that loose axle, those three things could have happened. But which one was it going to be? Exactly. You have control of your own life. God doesn't have control of your life. Because three things could have happened. I could have died. I could have gotten in an accident and got very injured. Or I could have maybe survived and got some help. So no matter where you put it, you have control of your own actions. You know, there is no God's plan. You know, you have the choice to make whatever. You know, you don't. You have sex. You don't use condom. You're gonna suffer the consequences. You don't know the person. You can get AIDS. You can get STDs. There's no God protecting on you that. You know, you have control of your whole life. You kill somebody, you're gonna suffer the consequences. This is why there's no God. Because think about a situation. I don't know, some of you might be like, this situation was so amazing or so bizarre. God had to have a plan in it. No matter how bizarre, how amazing the situation is, and it turns out you thought the outcome wasn't going to be possible and it turns possible, and you thank God. No, the outcome was, it's random. It's just like when you have a baby, and I've heard stories. Women have baby, and the baby has born with an autoimmune what do you call that? Um, I don't know what do you call it. Some kind of autoimmune deficiency. See, and the mother was fine. This is random stuff. This is further proof of no God. Because if God wanted everything to be perfect, and He really loves you, there wouldn't be cases like this. Babies born with deficiencies. You have control of your whole life and nobody else. There is no God. So three things. I could have died. I could have got injured very bad. Or maybe I would have survived. But I didn't take that chance. I could have took the chance if I was suicidal. But I'm not suicidal. I look at the facts and evidence. Because once you become suicidal and you think you're above everything, it's going to bite you back in the ass. It's not karma, it's reality. No such thing as karma, and no such thing as God. You have to look. There's. You should Google this. Type in "life is a game," and explain life is really a game. You want to get the job, you got to know how to play the rules. Companies don't want to hear you're fired. Companies don't want to hear that you haven't been working a long time. You got to play the game. You got to play the rules. I'm not saying lie, but there's a game. There's rules for everything. You want to get the girl, you got to play the game right. You got to play the rules right. Life is a game. You want to take care of your body, you got to eat right. Life is a game, man. There's just no, the aliens. They created us. The genetic experiment, was mutation in cells. That's why people have cancer. See, everybody's gonna blame anything for the unknown as God. but we know it's the aliens now. Life is a game indeed, you know? And I know this. You know, I'm only 35. I already know that. I know the game. I know the game of life. You know, I know. I know people not to talk to because I know they're going to have bad tempers, bad attitudes. I know this, you know? Because, you know, you observe people's emotions, you observe people's movements. You know how the saying is when you don't have to talk and you can observe people by their body posture? Exactly. And you know not to deal with it because you know the outcome's not going to be good. This is all about experience, you know? It's all about experience. You avoid conflict. You avoid the bad people. Just focus on the goodness. You know, life is not fair on this planet. If we can go to another planet and start over, I think that'll be the best thing of all mankind, humankind. But we're stuck on Earth, and people have fucked it up. You know, the ozone, people have fucked up the ozone. People have fucked themselves. You know, people, and talk about a species. You know, I bet another species probably get along better with them themselves than us humans. You know, it's there's no God, and the will is your own will. The consequences is yours. You know, and sometimes if you pass the consequences and you survived, and the possible became possible, was that you were lucky. You know, that's what it boils down to. Because I know how the game is played. Life is a game, indeed. I know the rules. You know, it's that's why we should definitely go to another planet and start over. Start over with new laws, fair system. And that would probably be the best thing of humankind. But you gotta know how to play the game right to succeed in life, and I know how to play the game. I definitely know how to play the game, and that's why I don't fear death, because I know the game of life, and I'm strong. I know, you know, I accept life. I accept death. You know, if I get nothing, it's fine, because I accept reality for what it is. But you got to play the game to survive, and I know how to play the game, and that's what it boils down to. You know, you can't pretend everybody's your friend. Everybody's all nice and dory, because I know this by body postures, by faces, by stares. I know which people to approach, not to approach. I know this. It's a game of life. Peace out.